Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This episode we're back on my 2000 GMC crew cab. Now that we finally got all the mechanical stuff done and the truck's running really good and everything's working fine, it's time to put some lipstick on this pig, so stay tuned. So today's project, we're going to turn the back end of this thing into blah to that's not bad. So what we're doing right now is removing the rear bumper. If we're going to do something kind of trashy, we're actually going to paint it with chrome paint, because I can't seem to find a smoothie chrome rear bumper that doesn't have the impact strip on it. So this one here is in pretty good shape. It just needs cleaned up and painted. So we thought, why not? So right now Ethan's taking that off. We're going to be doing that. I have a graphic for the tailgate, and so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, the bumper is off, and I have painted this area underneath the tailgate black because it's missing the little plastic piece that sticks up to cover that area. So now we're getting the emblems.
I am. He's with you just to get some of the old crap off. Clean these off, and we got some.
First of all,
tape there. First of all, what?
We had another bed in the tailgate. Had the Sierra emblems and stuff, so we just robbed them off of there.
Yes, because the bed that we got is actually going on my Chevrolet, so these are null and void for that anyway. So we're gonna put them on there. So what?
Cool.
Nice. All right, kids. So after about 15 minutes of dicking around with some 3M tape and razor blade, these are ready to go back on the truck. And when I say back on the truck, I mean there wasn't any on it to begin with, so I guess new to the truck.
Okay, so I've stripped everything off of this thing that I can, and the 7-pole that we've had fits in that hole, and I had to hog out these 4 holes that go around it a little bit. Then I'll cover up this hole nice, and then we'll just have the one light over on that side. Now I need to sand it and blast some primer on it, then blast some paint on it. Right? Cool.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay. So the bumper has been scuffed. And there's the paint came off and a whole bunch of white powder that looks like a mule. So now I'll get the blow gun and blast off all this white powder crap and cover it in it. By the end of the day, we will have a chrome bumper.
So Ethan, what's the next step?
Next step is primer.
How are you gonna mix it?
Well, with the saws on, I'm locked and loaded.
Nice.
Hey, Johnny. Say hello to my little friend. So as it stands right now, it's kind of just a metallic look, but in some spots it is more chrome than others. It's not going to be like a brand new chrome bumper. You already know that. Chrome paint just sucks in general, but it'll at least give the illusion that it might be a chrome bumper.
And right now this is only the second coat, which is hard to pick up on the camera, but it is starting to come around. But we got 2 cans paint, so at some point in time it's going to be shiny, and we got clear to put on top of it, so we'll get back to you.
The next day.
Okay, so this is the finished product of this bumper. It's more chrome on camera than it is in person. Oh yeah, we still need that center step thing, but it's the mostly final product. Okay, the bumper has been completely reinstalled. I tightened up all the hardware and stuff. We did bump it up slightly, and there's always going to be a big gap between tailgate and the bumper. But honestly, since I painted that black, it looks a lot better than the white. Now, I'm going to wire up all the trailer stuff, and then this project should be pretty much done.
Alright kids, real quick, I just wanted to show putting the emblems back on the tailgate. And I figured while I was doing this, I'd tell you how I do it, in case you ever did this before or you want a different way to do it. What I do, in order to keep things level, measured or whatever, blue tape. I used the bottom of the edge of the tailgate, went up 2 inches, went in here about 1 inch, actually was the width of this emblem. I did the same on both sides to make sure that both emblems were starting at the same point. And the beauty about using the blue tape is it helps you keep it exactly level with your lines. And and then all I did before I stuck the things on there, I took a rag with some brake clean and just wiped any impurities off of the area that I was going to stick them on, and boom, there you have it.
Okay, so the graphic is now on there for the Wolverine, because it is the Wolverine. So the back of this thing is considerably better than where we started. Okie dokie. So the license plate light has gotten here. And there's a LED, and just hooked into the factory harness with the butt connector. And it's super bright too, so should provide plenty of lumens at night whenever we're going 100 miles an hour on a back road.
Yeah, right.
And the cop pulls us over. Well, we would go faster, but that's what the PCM's limited to. So now we need to turn our attentions toward the sides.
Alright kids, so we're moving on to the side of the vehicle now. So what I decided to do was, on the back section of the bed, I'm going to be putting one of our graphics on there, and a YouTube one that I got off of Amazon. Not impressed, but oh well, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do right now, I've already done the other side, but I did not get any footage of it, so I'll show you how I'm using masking tape to make sure that both sides are equal. Alright, so here's phase one. So what I've done is, back here I used 2 pieces of 2-inch tape, shifted 4 inches forward from the tail light, but I'm using the bottom and the top as a straight edge. On the bottom down here I have 2-inch and 1-inch to get 3 inches up from this body line. So that's where it seems to look the best on the other side, so that's what we're going with on this side. Alright, so next up, I got the graphic locked into place. All I used was some soapy water and a squeegee. I haven't taken the covering off of it yet, but I wanted to show I had to change up the tape for the next piece of the puzzle, because it's longer than this. So what I did is I took the 2-inch off of here, put a 1-inch in the same spot, so it's going to end here. Then I also used this pinstripe that was already on the truck, piece of 2-inch tape, to locate it down this way, which means if I use this as a top line and this as an end line, then it's going to end up right where it needs to be. And there we have it, kids. Everything's on there, everything's straight, proportioned. All it took was a little bit of time, a little bit of masking tape. Looks pretty cool. So this is the driver's side, and there's the passenger side. So the last piece of the puzzle, which I'm still waiting on to show up, is the rest of the graphics for the side, the bulk of the side of the truck. So we'll get to that next.
Okay, so as we've seen, these graphics are done, and we're still waiting on the rest of the graphics for the side of this thing. But it is almost September now, and that means fall's upon us, and that means we need heat. And we have a pellet stove, so we need to transfer pellets here. And we usually have Lowe's just deliver them on their flatbed trucks, but we only are gonna probably get 2 skids this year. So we need something to pull the trailer. And Exhibit A. Now, to pull said trailer, we need trailer brakes. So we are now working on the trailer brake controller to control said trailer brakes and get the pellets here. Okay, so the fortune frame here should be mostly done, because I ran all the wires over and threw a grommet in the firewall up there above the hood release thing, and I tapped into the brake light switch to actually actuate the braking part of this. So now all I have left to do is connect the 3 wires out here under the hood for the battery and output and the ground. So, coming along swimmingly. Okay, so quite a few hours later, probably. I don't know. I wasn't counting. All the wires are connected. I have the ground on the master cylinder because I tested it and it seemed to work good. Way down in that abyss of darkness is the output wire that runs all the way to the back. Our constant hots are here on the circuit breaker that is mounted to the fender. I already addressed the brake light switch thing. And I have connected the battery, so this should be on, which is correct, because this will shut off after a certain amount of time.
Much later.
Alright, so next thing I like to do is I kind of got a rough guesstimation of where this is going to land. So I'll take a whole bunch of sections of blue tape, stick them all over the truck, so that way whenever I start laying out the graphic, I can just grab a piece of tape, tape it to the truck to hold it up there, especially whenever you're doing this by yourself with a big graphic. Blue tape is your best friend. One other thing I'd like to point out too, between doors, beds, whatever, gas caps, I always try to do the side that has the gas filler on, especially on a bigger graphic, because the less cuts and breaks you have to make in the graphic, the better chance that it will stay and not get corners peeled up by like washing it or whatever. So I try to do the side that has the most obstacles, try to lay out the graphic so there's less breaks in it. So on this truck I'm doing the driver's side first, so let's get it laid out. Okay, so this is the final piece of making this truck look a little bit better. Try to break up some of that white stuff. So these are the graphics that got picked out. Kind of cool. First thing I always do before I go laying these things out is I cut a whole bunch of crap off of it that doesn't need to be there. I understand that they do that whenever they make the graphics, but if you trim it down, it makes it a lot easier to put it up on against the vehicle to get your fitment right and stuff. So that is the next step.
Oh, here's the new graphics, the blue tape specials, huh? You like it? I think the blue tape looks nice. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck was that?
PV blaster cap.
Oh, that's where we keep them though.
It looked pretty cool when it's done. It's pretty good from afar.
Far from good.
Right now it is.
It's got 50 fodder.
Then you have dog. Pup dog. What? I didn't say look at me, I just said pup dog. What's up there? Okay, aside from sticking things in door jambs and stuff, this side is mostly done. It's the end of the day. So tomorrow we'll finish up on the other side and actually finish this video that's been in progress for how many weeks now?
Alright, so the driver's side is done. So what I've done is I've actually made some marks. So whenever we put the graphic on this side, if we line everything up the way it's supposed to be, then everything should fall. Like this end should fall right in this corner, and the front should fall in that corner. And then everything else should just lay right in place, and it should be a mirror image of the other side, hopefully.
Okay, so this is the final form of lipstick on a pig. I'd say looks pretty sexy. We got our new graphics on the Cabaruno. We got our logo on our YouTube thingy. Our metallic silver bumper. Our emblems, Wolverine logo. It identifies as chrome. Yeah, we'll go with that. Emblems, Wolverine thing, and then the Wolverine plate. 7-pole connector for trailer stuff. New license plate light. Yeah, we know it's already getting rid of some paint there, but it is what it is. Better than white. Pretty much second verse same as the first on this side. And trailer brake controller, did that too. It's a lot of crap we did. So it's not the most beautiful turd we own, but hey, it's better than it was.
Yeah, it's still got a lot of beer bumps and whatnot, but at least there's something to break up the beer bumps. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, share. And don't forget, Duct Tape Drags, 2 weeks away. We're going to be there.
Yippers.
Come say hi.